and Studs. Hey, hey, hey. Welcome back to another video, my fellow plastic gearheads and Technic fans. You channel regulars know what you're getting yourself into when you jump back into another quote-unquote build video of mine. Duh! You're getting the shoddiest editing on the build video, the most terrible review commentary, if you're unlucky enough to even hear me get to reviewing the set. But one thing is for damn sure. You will be getting a metric ton of random, useless information and endless babbling about anything, everything that comes to my wandering, very easily distracted mind. Today, we will be finishing off the Lego sticker set, Technic set. That is a mouthful to say, but I guess it would not be a proper video if I didn't reintroduce the set, the Ferrari 488 GTE FAF Corse number 51. This set was released in the United States back in January 2nd, 2021, and has a total of 1677 pieces, which is a pretty hefty amount of Legos to put together. But fear not, we will get through this set together. Or stickers together. Again, as this is a licensed set, official Ferrari set costs, $169.99. If this set was unlicensed, I'm going to take a stab in the dark that it would cost around maybe $140. Don't quote me on that, because what the hell do I know? I'm just a random dude on YouTube that decided to share his love of Legos with you all, or torture you all. But hey, it looks like you guys are all gluttons for punishment because you keep coming back for more. See, as I promised you, I got completely distracted again and lost my focus. And I'm pretty sure throughout this build, I'm going to be doing the same thing, guaranteed. Back to the channel, I would appreciate it if you lovely viewers out there, if you could subscribe to this humble little channel. Your support would mean the world to me and this lovely channel, as your views keep me going and pumping out this sort of content. I promise you, as time goes on, the editing will get better. Regardless, I appreciate you watching this video and taking the time out in your busy day to hang out with me per se. Again, shout out to my current subscribers for helping the channel get off the ground and going. I know many of you personally, so thanks again for throwing in your early support. You guys mean the world to me for real, and you know who you are. Thanks for sticking with me when I first started the channel and you were seeing me build on a well-worn table or floor. I know, super high budget production, right? I mean, give me a break. We all have to come from somewhere, right? To when the camera angles was focused over the shoulder, but you really couldn't quite tell what the hell was going on as to compare to where the videos are at right now, which really isn't that much better. Finally, I'm still learning the editing process too, so be patient. I remember barely editing my videos and throwing them up on YouTube. But you know, the viewer, you wanted more, so I have to do better. So again, thanks again for jumping on the ride with me, and hopefully we will get somewhere with this channel. While I have your captive audience attention, I wanted to let you know to hit me up on my social as well. You can find me on both Twitter and Instagram at Sprues and Studs on each platform. Why, you ask? Should you check me out over there? Well, my dear friends, this is where I tell you that on both platforms I post things that are very relevant to the channel, especially on Insta. I always post about the sets I bought, sets I'm currently building, if they are big enough, because, come on, who wants to see a little 150 piece broken up about mini posts, right? And finally, sets that I will build for this channel too. In fact, to let you know, I was posting about this particular Ferrari 488 set in mid-July on my socials, so whoever saw me on Insta knew that this set was coming up. It's like you're prophetic, right? You know what the best part of all these social media platforms, including YouTube's, are? You can receive behind-the-scenes access to all things Lego, and I apologize I chucked Warhammer in the background for free. But anyways, these things don't cost you a single dime. Just click on that sub button. Much appreciated. So as you see in front of you, or will see in front of you, is your rambling host assembling the front headlights of the 488. Your keen eyes may notice something different about this set in terms of the headlights. You guessed it, folks. What you're seeing is a printed, custom headlight for this Ferrari 488 set. Of course, this is an official Ferrari license set, so you would expect at least one custom element to be produced for this set. I love these custom Lego printed pieces. They bring a ton of character to the model itself. I also love it when the Lego designers use Lego elements to represent things like the exhaust, or in this case, headlights or even taillights. For example, in this set you will take a red translucent 2x2 element to represent the two headlights, actually taillights, perfectly on the 488. I mean, if you look at the real life 488, the Lego representation matches perfectly. If you actually have the opportunity to take a look at the Lego Aston Martin James Bond DB5, the genius designers used big, round, clear, translucent elements to represent the headlights. On the old school Ferrari F40 set, the designers used red, smaller versions of the translucent elements to represent the four taillights in the car. It never, ever ceases to amaze me, the ingenuity of these Lego designers. I know it's been a while since I reviewed a Lego Speed Champion set, and I'll preface this. I love the Speed Champions line, do not get me wrong. Ever. Anyway, ever since the Speed Champions line came out back in 2015, I have been an avid and rabid fan of these miniature Lego builds, and I'm pretty much collected near damn every single one of these sets. But one of the things that I will gripe about is that these sets, the stickers, are used to represent the headlights and taillights, and sometimes, in order to drive me crazy, they will split the headlights into two stickers so that you have to line them up carefully. But I cannot stand the use of stickers to represent these types of elements on the cars. As I have rambled on before, I love when Lego designers use real Lego elements to represent elements on the car. Speaking of elements, in a prior video where we built and did not review the Senna GTR, I mean that is a joke of course, I also wish that the epic licensed Lego car sets would weigh in the same piece count as this Ferrari 488. The Senna was just too small of a set and just did not have enough pieces to actually translate the glorious real-life car. I mean, the steering wheel for that car, actually the steering for that car is located at a knob on top of the roof, and I believe that it should have been the steering wheel that should have been steering the car, right? Also, the portions of the car were completely wrong too. The wing rear diffuser did not look proper either. Going back to this set, the proportions look correct. The steering is controlled by the steering wheel, as everything should be. I just think that with the Senna, it's just a waste of set. In fact, I unfortunately tucked the Senna Technic set away because I have limited display space and it wasn't worthy enough to display, unfortunately. As you have heard me before, if you are a channel regular, I usually talk about my motivation for this channel and how to grow this channel even more than it is right now. I have plans for global domination, so I can brainwash you all to spend massive amounts of money on Lego and Games Workshop products. Oh, geez, I seem to have lost my my inner monologue there. No, that is not my true motivation at all. I hope sarcasm comes across even though you can't see my face, because I'll admit, I have a face that's best suited for radio. Jeez, I keep distracting myself again. So, anyways, again, with the publishing of this video, we are sitting at a metric ton of subs. Not really. The first goal of this channel is to get up to 50 subs, and that's our milestone. Back to the motivation of the channel. My true motivation is to actually share my love of Legos, and again, sorry Warhammer, but originally to share my love of plastic building toys and models with you all. I'm truly passionate about both of these things in my life, which is why I decided to film myself building these sets and present them to you all. That is, and always will be, the primary motivation why I do this. I don't know how to explain this to you all, but I'm hoping that as a fellow adult fan of Lego, that you get the same warm, fuzzy feeling that I get when I build Legos. Nah, that's a lie. Actually, it's not a warm, fuzzy feeling. The feeling that I receive when I build Legos is a sense of peace when I'm focused in on these little plastic pieces when they're in front of me. I will have to say that I have a lot of distractions and burdens that weigh upon me in the real world outside of Lego building and the YouTubes. But I'll have to say, when I'm locked in, none of that really matters. All that matters is the build that's in front of me. I love creating things out of chaos, and that's exactly what Lego sets are. There is something to be said about putting order to complete disarray. Anyway, just like the great Dominic Toretto says in The Fast and the Furious, I live my life a quarter mile at a time. Nothing else matters. Not the mortgage, not the store, not my team, and all their bullshit. For those 10 seconds or less, I'm free. Oh man, I love that quote in the franchise. Anyway, I could sit and talk about it forever. However, yes, I need to focus again. So I can say that I live my life a Lego set or Warhammer build at a time. For the time it takes me to build these sets, I am free. Again, as an adult fan of Lego, you can relate to me that when you are done with the set, you feel a sense of pride that you accomplished something. You build something that you can play with, discuss with friends, and be proud of in the end. In fact, when I have friends that come over and hang out in the man cave, we always get to chatting about Legos in the man cave itself. So where am I going with this? Right, back to those 50 subs. When we hit 50 subs, I'm going to start giving back to the Lego community. How am I going to do that? Well, I'm glad that I asked myself, and I'm going to start giving away small Lego polybags to some lucky viewers. I selfishly want you, the viewer, and the subscriber, to get the same sense of peace when I build Legos. I want you to say that you live a Lego set at a time, and for the time it takes for you to build the set, you are free. Then when you're done building the set, I hope you get the same sense of accomplishment when you yourself complete the Lego set. I'm hoping as this channel grows, I can keep giving back to this lovely Lego community. I'm not talking about Lego polybags the whole entire way. No, we obviously have to up the ante to big Lego sets. And as the channel grows even bigger, I can send out more, bigger, better Lego sets to you all. And as I approach YouTube and world domination, I can toss massive Lego sets to you all so that you're drowning in beautiful pieces of plastic. No, I mean that I want to send bigger sets to you all. And perhaps as time goes on, and maybe even long discontinued sets. Again, as your humble host, I am here to share the Lego love to you all. Whew. Moving back to actually talking about the video and the set. Holy cow, folks, I have to say, editing these videos are something else. And by something else, I mean royal pain in the ass. I don't know if any YouTuber will say that on their vids, but hey, I'm going to. So in this part 2 of the video of the 488, it was a massive one. I think unedited, the videos put together spanned about what was like, I think an eternity. And by eternity, I mean 3 whole long hours for just the second part of the video. And I believe in all reality, the set took me about 5 hours to finish. So when you go ahead and build this set by yourself, it's going to take about 5 hours to finish. I think it's going to take you the same amount of time. Again, I swear to you that half of the time, or it felt like half of the time, I was putting on all those damn stickers. Maybe a third of the time it took me to get the Technic pieces to fit together, and for all you who actually build these sets, you know how frustrating it can be. And then, the other third of the time, I was trying to figure out where the heck some of the pieces fit on the model. Anyway, as I was going through the video, I realized that you, the viewer, probably aren't interested in every single peg with a plus sign and every single attachment that goes into the build. So I decided to experiment with part 2 of this video. Instead of accelerating the regular build speed up to 6 times and the zoom ins 3 times the speeds as in part 1, I decided to cut out a lot of the little piece building, which is what I mentioned earlier, which was putting each peg into each Technic piece. Instead, as you can see, I decided to leave the big pieces in the video and have those big pieces attached to the model itself. I did, however, leave a little smattering of small sub-assemblies in the build video because I think it's cool to see these sub-assemblies being built and thrown on the car. So let me know in the comments section if you think that this is a better way of presenting a build to you. I am inclined to say yes personally, but I don't want to speak for you all. As I said before, even I get fatigued watching these type of videos. I think that 15-20 minutes is probably the best length for these videos going forward. The final thing that I want you all to know is that as of publishing of this build, we are currently in the month of September. For me as a summer person, part of me dies around this time of year, as I love summer and all the fun that goes along with this time period. Alas, all good things must come to an end, right? Anyway, for the month of October, we are going to be doing builds especially focused on LEGO Halloween sets. You people who are on Insta know that some of the sets that we are going to be building on this channel. I am extremely excited to get those sets started, as Halloween is actually my favorite holiday. There's something spooky, mysterious, and fun about it. We will be doing a mixture of new as well as retro sets. I know, building retro sets will be a channel first, and I'm very excited to present it to you. So stay tuned! Okay, folks, another set built, reviewed, rather poorly, if I do say so myself, and done! Yes, I will do a recap of the set and give you my overall thoughts. To no one's surprise, I'm going to say that I absolutely hated Sticker Mania. As I was joking before, I literally spent almost half of the time stickering the model, and I'm not even joking. I wanted to be like a first grader, where the first grader would not give a rat's ass about centering and have the stickers line up perfectly with one another and basically not give a shit where the heck the sticker would go. Aside from that, the thing that I always love about the bigger Technic sets are the practical elements that the designers use. What I mean by that is, I love when the steering wheel turned to the left, the front wheels also turn to the left, and vice versa when you turn it to the right. The thing that I love the most is when the rear wheels move, it makes the pistons in the engine go up and down, just like in real life. However, when the front wheels move, the pistons don't move at all, which perfectly reflects a mid-engined rear-wheel drive car. As I have said before in the first video, the thing that still drives me nuts is the big blade element at the bottom of the car that comes loose every single time when I pick up the model. In terms of overall look of the car, in general, I believe that the Model 488 matches the real-life car. The stickers are completely spot on. So again, that's all we have time for, folks. This is Sprues and Studs, and I will see you in the next video.